Hi, good morning. Today we cover some more frequently asking Azure interview questions. Let's start the section. How do I access the data using the other 80 data set types in Data Factory? So here we can use the mapping data flow feature currently allows Azure SQL database, data warehouse, delimited text files from Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Storage to generation tools natively for source and sync. You can use copy activity to state data from any of the other connectors and then you can execute the data flow activity to transform data. So next question, it is one of the important mostly asked question. Is there any limit integration runtime and what is data factory integration runtime? So for this question, there is no limit in integration runtime. We can use number of IR integration runtimes. What is data factory integration runtime? This question we have already discussed in previous videos. So there are three types of integration runtime. One is auto integration runtime, another is self-hosted integration runtime, and third is SIS integration runtime. So for this question, the answer is no. There is no limit on the number of integration runtime occurrence you can have in Azure Data Factory. So integration runtime is a secure compute infrastructure that is used by Data Factory to provide the data integration capabilities across the different network environments and make sure that these activities will execute in closest possible region to the data store. But there is a limit on the number of virtual machine cores used by integration runtime based on per subscription for SIS package execution. Here, the question you can listen carefully. So, is there any limit integration runtime? So, in Azure Data Factory, there is no limit. We can use number of integration occurrences which we have in Azure Data Factory only. But on behalf of, we have a limit on the number of virtual machines. We have a limit on the virtual machines only. So, next question. Data factor supports four types of execution dependency between the ADF activity, which dependency guarantees that next activity will be executed regardless of the status of the previous activity. For this question, the answer is here we use the completion dependency. What is the completion dependency means? Here we can call as completion dependency or blue. So it ensures that next activity will be executed only when the previous activity is executed regardless if it is fail or success. So here the previous activity which is it is a success or fail. We don't know about the status. Here we can use the completion dependency. Next, data factor supports four types of execution dependency between the ADF activity. Which dependency guarantees that next activity will be executed only if the previous activity is not executed? For this question, here we use the answer is skipped dependency. What is skipped dependency means? It ensures that next activity will be executed only when the previous activity is skipped or not executed. Here what it means, the previous activity which we are running, it is not either skipped or executed. Then we use the skipped dependency. Which data factory activity can be used to get the list of all sources in a specific storage account and the properties of each file located in the storage? For this question, the answer is get metadata activity. Actually, in the previous videos, we come across about the get metadata activity. What is get metadata activity means? It can be list all the sources files which are available in the specific storage account or a folder or a file. What is Azure SQL Data Warehouse? An Azure SQL data warehouse can be created by integrating data from multiple sources which can be utilized for decision making, analytical reporting. In other words, it is a cloud-based enterprise application allowing to function under parallel processing to rapidly examine a complex query from the massive data volume. It works as a solution for big data concepts. Actually, it is used for big data concepts. What are the types of triggers? Different between schedule trigger and window trigger. This is also one of the most frequently asked question for freshers and experienced candidates. So, actually there are three types of triggers. Schedule trigger, tumbling window trigger, event based trigger. They can ask the difference between schedule trigger or tumbling window trigger or tumbling window trigger or event based trigger. So let us discuss in briefly about these triggers. Schedule trigger. It is used to execute the ADF pipeline on a clockwise wall clock schedule. Tumbling window trigger. It is used to execute the ADF pipeline on a periodic interval and retains the pipeline state. Event-based trigger. It responds to a block-related event such as adding or deleting a block from Azure storage account. Any data factory pipeline can be executed using three methods. Mention these methods. So for this question, the answer is there are three types of executing three methods. What are they means? Under debug mode, manual execution using trigger node, using an added schedule, tumbling or event trigger. In the practical section, we can see these modes to run to execute the pipeline. So what are those modes means? Debug mode, manual execution. It means trigger node using added schedule, tumbling window or event trigger. What is fault tolerance? In Azure, fault tolerance means when a failure occurs due to hardware or software or network reasons, the architecture should be resilient enough and provide availability at all times. Explain the two levels of securities in ADLS Gen 2. There are two levels. One is role-based access control, another is access control list. What is role-based access control means? It includes built-in Azure rules such as a reader, contributor, owner or customer role. It is specified for two reasons. The first is who can manage the service itself and the second is to permit the reasons is to permit the user built-in data explore tools. Next, access control list. In Azure Data Lake Storage specifies precisely which data object user may read or write or execute. These are the most frequently asked questions. Which Thank you.